Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, our Legal Info. We will continue Indian Penal Code Chapter 4, General Exception. In today's video, we will understand Section 84, 85 and 86. Section 84 states, Act of a person of unsound mind. So nothing is offense which is done by a person who, at the time of doing the action, by the reason of unsoundness of mind, is incapable of knowing the nature of the act, or that what he is doing is either wrong or contrary to the law. So there was a famous case of Manhattan case. The house of Lord Daniel M. Manhattan suffered from a delusion and killed Edward Dormant, the secretary of PM. So the accused was suffering, Mr. Manhattan was suffering from an insane delusion that Robert Peel had injured him, and believing Mr. Dormant to be Sir Robert Peel, so he shot and killed him. Medical evidences also showed that in fact was delusional, and he carried away from the self-control over his act. So he was suffering from a delusional disease, and in that he killed Mr. Dormant instead in believing him as a Sir Robert Peel. So it was medically proved that he was suffering from such disease. However, he was acquitted by the court, and the court was received a lot of criticism because of this judgment. So therefore, Section 84 was inserted in IPC, and there are two essentials to get the defense of Section 84. That accused was incapable of knowing the nature of the act. He doesn't know the action he is doing, what is the consequence, and the accused was preluded by the reason of unsoundness of mind from understanding what he is doing is either wrong or contrary to the law. Because of his unsoundness of mind, because of his disease, he does not understand what he was doing was actually wrong and it was against the law. So he given the liability. Section 85 of IPC protect act of a person incapable of judgment by the reason of intoxication against his will. So nothing is offense which is done by a person who has been intoxicated against his will. That is important. Who has been intoxicated against his will, and because of the intoxication he is incapable of knowing the nature of the action and either knowing that it is wrong or contrary to the law. So that person, if it is proved that he was intoxicated, then he can claim the defense of Section 85. The essentials to claim the defense of intoxication Section 85 is the accused must be intoxicated at the time of his committing the crime. Secondly, because of the reason of intoxication, he is not in the condition of knowing the nature of the action that he is doing. And the third, the intoxicant must be administered to him without his consent. So he should be intoxicated against his will without his consent. Section 86, offense requiring a particular intent of knowledge committed by one who is intoxicated. So it basically means that if you are intoxicated voluntarily, knowingly you are getting intoxicated, you will be taken, your action will be taken as that you have the same knowledge as a normal person if you are voluntarily getting intoxicated. But this section does not assume that you have the same intention as a normal person while intoxicated. So the court will consider that you have a knowledge when you are voluntarily drunk, you have a knowledge that your action, whatever the action you are doing, what are the consequences. But a court will not assume that you have the same intention as a normal person. You do not want to do that. You do not want to hurt the other person. So example is, if you voluntarily get drunk and stab your friend, and then it will be assumed that you had a knowledge that if you stab him, he will get killed or he will die. But you can prove that you didn't have the intention at that time, that you might be given a lesser punishment. So if you can prove that yes, I know that stabbing can kill the person, but because I was intoxicated, I did not have the intention to kill the person. Due to intoxication, I did it. So you will be given a lesser, harsher punishment. Says culpable homicide instead of murder, so life imprisonment instead of capital punishment, whatever the based on the judgment. So it will be assumed that you has a knowledge but not the intention. So